Hey guys, it's Haley King coming at you with another video from Sweetwater Ranch. So right now we're going to be making our own ravioli completely from scratch, dough, sauce, everything, and using our homemade goat's milk ricotta from the last video. So if you would like to continue watching and join us on this journey, let's head to the kitchen. Okay, we're back in the kitchen with Mama. Say hello. Okay, so we're a little excited. This is our first time making our own ravioli. And right now we're working on the meat sauce that is going to set for about an hour. So we're going to cook the ground beef and onions, garlic, and salt all mixed in together. So we're going to add all of that now. Salt. Bam! I'm gonna be emerald up in here. Woo! Garlic. We want to get all of it out. And 1 large onion. Now that was 4 teaspoons of garlic that is minced up, that we use just pre-minced, and it works for 4 cloves of garlic, and that was a ½ teaspoon of salt. So now we're gonna let it cook and come back here in a few minutes and it'll look delicious. Okay, so ground beef is done. That's what it looks like. Yummy. So now we're gonna add the tomato sauce, an 8-ounce can. Get that in there. Cannot leave any sauce behind, except for on the lid, because we didn't get it off the lid. And then 1 15-ounce can of crushed tomatoes. Yummy. A 15-ounce can of diced tomatoes. Yummy, yummy. Then we have a tablespoon of salt. No, a tablespoon of sugar, sorry. And a ½ teaspoon of salt. That would be a lot of salt. Now we're going to add the 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Okay, so we added the 1/4 teaspoon of pepper, and also 2 teaspoons of dried basil and a ½ teaspoon of dried oregano. So we're mixing that up now, and now we're going to let it start to boil on medium heat. Once it does that, we're going to turn it down to medium-low and let it simmer for at least 20 minutes. So come back, we'll see what happens. Okay, so now that we're waiting for the sauce to simmer and get ready, we are going to go ahead and make our ravioli pasta. So what we've got in this bowl is 2 cups of flour, all-purpose flour, and 1 teaspoon of salt, and we're whisking that together. Yummy. Okay, so now we got 3 large eggs in a bowl, and we are beating it in 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil, and we've made a well in our flour. So now we're going to pour it in there. Digging the well, digging the well. And then what we're going to do after that is we are going to mix it with a spoon, and then we're going to knead it with our hands to make a dough ball. And then we are going to put it in the refrigerator for 20 minutes. Okay, so now we're kneading it into the ball. We've got it into the dough ball. That looks so good. Need it. And then we're gonna wrap it in plastic wrap and put it in the refrigerator for 20 minutes. Boop. Boop. Okay, so now we're gonna make the mixture for the cheese in the ravioli. So this is the homemade goat's milk ricotta cheese that we made in our last video. So now we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients and make it into the filling for the ravioli. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add 1 large egg. Whoop. We're gonna add a teaspoon of salt and a teaspoon of pepper. And then we're gonna add 1/4 of a cup of dried basil. Alright, now we're going to mix it up and see what happens. Okay, so that's what it looks like when you mix it up. So now we're going to put it in the refrigerator and get ready to do the pasta. Okay, so we've got the pasta out of the refrigerator. It's been sitting in a little longer than 20 minutes because we were feeding animals and everything. But now we're going to roll it out, and looks really good. This is what you want it to do. You just want it to just push down. You don't want it to spring back up. You want it to push down, just like that. So we're going to cut it in half, and then we're going to roll each half out. You normally would want to do it on a clean, flat surface, but we don't have a flat surface, so we're using a cookie sheet. And ignore our little bitty rolling pin. We have lost our big wooden one. It is here somewhere, I don't know where, but we're using the little mini one right now. It works good as well. Okay, so we're gonna roll it out, and you want it to be very, very thin.
So you go after all this stuff.
Okay, come back in just a second, it'll be rolled out. Okay, we got it rolled out now. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cut out the ravioli dough. And we're going to use a canning ring because we don't have a cutter. So we're going to cut each individual one out. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to put them on a separate cookie sheet in order to put the filling inside of them. Now we're going to add a teaspoon of the cheese mixture into the ravioli dough on half of it because we're going to make little ones. Angel and Abby. Then we're going to brush it with water so that they stick. Fold it over, and then we're gonna pinch it with a fork, pinch the ends to where it closes up, just like a little mini pie. Okay, we're gonna do that to the rest of them. Okay, that's what it looks like when we've got it all pinched down and ready to go into the water. Alright, so now we're going to add the pasta into what I am using, whey. We're using whey instead of water. So yeah, we're going to add the pasta in, and then when it starts to float is when it is done. About 3 minutes. Here we go. Yay. Yes. Now we're taking them out and putting them in the bowl. Look at that. That looks good. Mm. I made a lot of pasta. There it is. That's what it looks like. Homemade ravioli with homemade cheese meat sauce. Now we're going to put some Parmesan cheese on top. You gotta have that extra touch to it. First bites. Good. Okay, so the ravioli was so good. It was a little tougher because we wasn't able to get it rolled out completely, but it was so good and it had a great flavor to it. The cheese was amazing. I'm so happy with the cheese. The sauce turned out needed to be a little bit more sauce to it, but overall it was really good, and I really hope that yours turns out just as good. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you again on Sweetwater Ranch.